It just happened. Argentina down 1-0 with less than 10 minutes left, scored twice in the final 7 minutes to stun England 2-1. Lionel Messi, 39 years old, not even the one who scored, but the architect of both goals, setting up the equalizer and then the winner. Argentina is headed to their 7th World Cup final, one win away from becoming just the 3rd country in history to defend the title back-to-back. Waiting for them, Sunday, Spain, who beat France 2-0 earlier this week. And once again, the world's attention is locked onto one storyline. Messi almost certainly playing his last World Cup, one win from a fairy tale ending. Which brings back a theory that never really goes away. FIFA needs Argentina in that final. It's good for business. We're not going to assume that's true. We're not going to assume it's false either. We're going to follow the money from Qatar 2022 all the way to the final happening this Sunday and see where it actually leads. FIFA doesn't sell football. It sells attention. Think of the World Cup like the biggest billboard on earth, one that only gets built once every 4 years. In 2022, FIFA made over $7 billion total from broadcasting, sponsorship, and tickets. This time, the number is bigger, much bigger. The 2026 tournament, the first with 48 teams co-hosted by the US, Canada, and Mexico, is projected to generate around $13 billion for FIFA's 4-year cycle, almost double the last one. And broadcasters don't pay a flat fee no matter who plays. They pay based on expected audience size. So the question becomes, does the audience actually change depending on who's in the final? Let's look at the evidence. The 2022 final, Argentina versus France, reached an average live audience of 571 million people, with over 1.4 billion tuning in for at least a minute. Compare that to 2018's final, Croatia versus France, about 517 million. Even in the United States, a country with no historical love for either team, the 2022 Argentina final became the most watched World Cup final ever broadcast on American television. That wasn't about Argentina the country. It was about one player finally chasing the one trophy he never had. Here's the simple version. Imagine 2 identical bakeries selling identical bread. One has a world-famous baker. Everyone's been waiting their whole life to see bake one final loaf. Which bakery gets the longer line? In 2022, that final loaf storyline pulled in nearly 1.5 billion viewers. In 2026, it's happening again. Messi at 39, with 21 career World Cup goals, the all-time record, playing what almost everyone assumes is his last tournament. Broadcasters aren't shy about this. Storylines like his are exactly what gets advertised, promoted, and built into pre-game coverage, because storylines like his are what keep casual fans watching. So if FIFA profits more when audiences are bigger, and Messi-driven storylines reliably draw bigger audiences, doesn't FIFA benefit financially every time Argentina goes deep? Financially, yes, likely, but wanting an outcome and rigging an outcome are 2 very different accusations. So we have to ask the harder question. This is where we have to be careful, because FIFA does have real documented corruption in its history. Just not the kind people assume. In May 2015, the U.S. Department of Justice indicted 7 FIFA executives, accused of taking $150 million in bribes over 2 decades. In total, 14 officials were charged. The bribes were tied to hosting rights, including how the 2010 World Cup went to South Africa, and serious questions about how 2018 and 2022 went to Russia and Qatar. FIFA President Sepp Blatter was suspended and banned from football activities over ethics violations. This is proven. It happened in real courts. But notice what it was actually about. Who gets to host the tournament? Who gets the contracts? Who gets the broadcasting deals? It was never about which team wins a match on the field. There is a mountain of evidence that FIFA leadership has been financially corrupt. There is no credible documented evidence that FIFA has ever rigged a match result, including any final, including the one happening this week. So why does the theory keep resurfacing every single tournament, always around the same team?